Okay. So we have gone through CA triad yesterday, uh, and I've shared those in a Google Classroom also. Have you gone through that? And anyone have any kind of doubts on those yesterday's class?
I have doubt regarding reconnaissance and black box, white box. Last one.
Okay, okay. I'm That's a generic thing I told actually. Black box, white box testing is like it's a kind of what we can say. Um, there are few things over there. Suppose like you are having a minimal data, okay, like because you are not going to do any anonymous things because you are going to work under any company. The company is going to provide you something. For suppose you are working under any service based company, that company is going to assign you some projects. Or else if you are going to work any product based company, they are going to give you some details about that specific application architecture and all. Okay, the thing is, before you are going to do anything, you have to understand the application, like on what basis it is built, like Java based or Python based, and what kind of technology stack they are using, like are they are using Linux servers or Windows servers, and also where it hosted. Okay, like a kind of a minimal data is given is known as a white box testing. Or else they won't give you anything, they'll simply let you know, okay, you already know the company DNS names and everything, so try your best and try to find out, like anonymously find out what kind of stuff is there, and how a remote hacker can able to penetrate the application, or can able to find out the vulnerabilities. There is no much difference over there. Okay, so today's topic is reconnaissance. Okay.
But if you don't have any information, like what are the steps that we need to take care of it in black box testing?
I'll let you know. Like once we cross these networking things and all, once we are going to
Okay, okay,
like yeah, that's why I told you in earlier classes. Like it's a chain system. If I'm going to elaborate more things, it is going to take more time.
okay,
We are going to focus on the each and every part. Don't need to worry about those things. I'm going to explain you the difference in a practical way also. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Don't need to worry about those things. Yeah. So today's class is about reconnaissance. Whenever you are working under any organization or you want to work as a freelancer also, the CA triad is a must and should thing, like the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. If is there any kind of issues occurring there or not, like finding, or is the CA triad is perfectly implementing or not, also our job. Okay, and after that, before you are going to do attack, or before you are going to work on any kind of application, let's take it as a web application, you have to gather enough information to do the attack. Let's assume if you want to attack any kind of application, or if you want to find out a vulnerabilities in a specific kind of application, you have to get to know about that, what kind of application, like what kind of services servers are what they are using, like what kind of versions they are using, or what kind of ports are there, like inside what kind of ports they are using, like http or https or ftp or sftp kind of. Okay, so reconnaissance is nothing but we are going to, you can see the process of gathering information about a target, like target means a person, company, system, or a network before attempting an attack. Okay, so you need enough information before you are going to do any kind of attack, or finding the vulnerabilities. Usually what we do, we are going to find out the vulnerabilities first. Based on the vulnerability is we can able to attack, or we can able to penetrate the application, like how much we can do. Okay, that is the way we are going to do. Here you can see, I'm zooming in. Yeah, so the thing is collecting. preliminary information. Okay, that means, so finding the DNS name like HTTPS, flipkart.com or .in, .net kind of data, and also you have to go to find out what kind of IP they are using behind. Okay, every DNS each and every kind of application or whatever it is going to hosted inside a server. Okay, so the server is having an IP. With the help of IP only, any kind of device is can able to access that. Let's assume I'm searching the flipkart.com in my computer. That is nothing but my computer is going to or trying to connect with the Flipkart server. On top we are using a DNS name, domain name, because no one is going to remember the IP addresses, right? We can't able to remember each and every IP addresses. Okay, so we are going to gather a basic level of information first, and then we are going to determining the range of the network, like what kind of network they are using and what kind of IP addresses range they are using, or also how many domain names or subdomain names they are using, kind of stuff. After that, identifying the machines that are active. Let's assume we have to do the ping. There is a command over there in Linux. If you are going to use a ping command, like if you are going to give ping the IP address, let me give an example. IP address of Google. Oh, it is loading. Okay. See, we can see the Google main IP address is. Oh my God, it is reloading. Okay. So 8.8.8.8 and 8.8.4.4. Okay, this is showcasing like the Google having the actual IP address which is routing the traffic. Like the Google services or the application is stored in the specific server. That servers having this kind of IP. Okay, once we find that, we have to do the ping. Let me go to the terminal. Okay, if I do ping 8.8.8, you can see it is loading. Yeah, it is. We are getting the request and the response to. Okay, you can see packets sent for. Okay, and received for, zero loss. It means the request is reached to the server and the server sent the response also. That means, okay, the particular server is active. So we have to get to know first of all the server is in an active state or not. If the server is not in active state, we can't do anything, or if you are going to do anything, that is it's not going to impact anything. That's um we don't need to do anything at that point of time. Or else, if they trick, if the companies trick you, like instead of the in the web browser or social media or wherever while you are doing your reconnaissance, you find out an IP address, maybe it is not an actual IP address. Okay, maybe they'll trick you. So if you while you're do the ping with that specific IP address, you couldn't get anything, or you will end up with like the packets are not sending, like a packet sent for or received zero. That means the server is not in an active state. Or else sometimes, if you got a actual IP address, but maybe it is in a maintenance state or something, maybe they are patching or they are upgrading themselves, maybe they just block the outside like these kind of ping or internet activities all. At that time also we can't get the response from the server. So we have to make sure first the server is in active state or not. So the basic thing is like a ping. There are much more things also there, we are going to verify it, but this is an example I'm giving. So after this, let's go to this one. Yeah, pinpointing access points and ports that are available. I told you earlier, we have to find out the ports. ports and protocols are just like a doors or windows which is inside the application. Let's assume they are using HTTP or HTTPS. Maybe it should be in an open state. That's why only anybody can able to access that application. So we have to find out what kind of ports, protocols they are using. Under that, what kind of ports are in an open state or in a closed state. There are two kind of things in ports, open and close. We have to find out that one also. And after using a fingerprinting to identifying the operating system. Okay, we have to find out what kind of operating systems also they are using. Okay, it is started with an IP address. Okay, or else it is started with a basic level of details, whether it is a domain name URL or beneath that subdomains or beneath that IP addresses of those specific servers. After that, we are going to all these steps. So we are going to find out the ports and services running, and also we are going to find out, sorry, we need to find out what kind of operating systems they are using. Why? Because we are going to check all those things. We have to make sure whether the attacker is going to try to do any kind of networking attack or web application based attack. Any kind of attack, we have to make sure is there any kind of vulnerabilities are still available. Okay, we have to make sure that if it is available, we have to make a note. And after that, we have to go to the next steps, like we have to go to run some networking level penetration testing, or sometimes we have to go to the web application level penetration testing. Then if you find out any vulnerabilities regarding those open ports or protocols, or else if they are using Linux some version. Okay, maybe that version is a very lower version which is already deprecated or something, or most of the companies are upgraded their versions, but some company is already using the lower version. Unfortunately, we are working for that company. So usually why the versions are came up, I told you earlier also. Usually the applications doing the upgrades, releases or patches based out of two things. One is bug fixing and the other one is feature. So the bugs, we can call it as a vulnerability also. Okay, I told you, like if any kind of glitch or any kind of issue came up, the customers or clients are suffering with those kind of things, facing any kind of issues. After we came into our view, we are going to tell it to, or we are going to create or generate a report to send it to our superiors. They are going to connect with the developers. Sometimes we have to connect with the developers with that team. They are going to modify the code again and again. It is happening. So once they write and fix the code, or once they're going to attach some features, like they're going to add new features to that code, the version of the application is changed. Let's assume we are using Linux 7.0 or something. After or 7.1 we are using. After patching, that means after fixing those bugs or issues, it is going to change into 7.2 or something. Okay, but the thing is, maybe a year back or 6 months before, there is an issue came up, in the Linux, like a 7.0 or 7.1. There is a vulnerability. That vulnerability gave a remote access to a specific unauthorized people. It is happened, like it is happened in some companies. Because of that, the companies get lost. Okay, so those kind of things also we have to consider. Even though sometimes we have to verify the databases and the database versions also, because based on the versions also we have to find out the vulnerabilities. Is there any kind of vulnerabilities are there? Like if you are doing these things like 6 months or 1 year, you already get enough knowledge, like what kind of versions having what kind of issues, whether it is a web based or a tool based or a service based also, you'll get a clear view also. But still we have to search it, and we have to find out, okay, if there is any kind of vulnerability related to that specific version of a specific operating system or a specific tool or service which we are using. We have to try those things. Is those things are still act in our application or not? We have to find out those things also. and also locating port services. Let's assume I told you like a HTTP or HTTPS are using for a web-based traffic, and they are using the FTP. Maybe they are not using SFTP. SFTP is nothing but a secure file transfer protocol. Instead of secure file transfer, they are just using file transfer protocol. We have to make a note about that, and we have to test that also. Is there any kind of vulnerabilities related to those kind of things? So we have to find out the port numbers along with the services which is running behind that port. Okay, sometimes companies like architectures and the developers and the infrastructure teams are going to trick the hackers like outside world. They are going to showcase some port number, but usually they are not like there are some default port numbers are there. Instead of like attaching the actual service, like they are going to showcase you 443 or something, or else instead of they are going to show you 8080 something, but the service is running different inside. Okay, they are going to trick you. They are not going to use the default ports and default services. They are going to assign some other port, but the service uh, is running behind is different. So at that point of time we have to deep dig about that, then we have to find out in a different ways. If you find out some kind of errors or issues like while finding those kind of things also, we have to achieve that, and we have to find out the actual things behind running the port numbers. And also we have to create a network map. It is nothing but before you are going to attack any kind of application, you're just going to gather the enough information and creating a blueprint. Okay, you have to make sure, okay, what kind of things is there, what kind of services is there, what kind of port numbers is there, under what kind of services they are running, and what kind of operating system you are using, and what kind of version of that specific operating system. So those kind of things you have to find out. Okay, and there are two kind of reconnaissance is happening. Let me zoom it again. There are passive reconnaissance and active reconnaissance. Okay, collecting information without directly interacting with a target. Okay, that means Google searching, like you're going to find out as I do, like what is the IP of a Google, like that, and checking LinkedIn profile of that employee or the company, and also looking up DNS records. Okay, and collecting leaked credentials on dark web. Actually we don't go to this much because it is going to um, create more mess. Okay, we don't need to go there until unless it is going to make a big mess, then only we have to go there. Okay, so and there is a active reconnaissance is there. Okay, like actively probing the target to get more details. Okay, it is a port scanning, what I told you, like to know what kind of services inside the port numbers and all, and ping sweeps, banner grabbing from services, and direct interacting with the targeting systems. That means you're directly sending a request to those services or the application to get the details, like I did in the ping. So once I do the ping, once I got the IP address with some other command, after that I'm going to do the ping. If I got a response, okay, the response we are getting, the packets are we are getting, those packets are called as actually ICMP packets. So once we got the response, okay, the server is in a running state, we have to get to know, and we are going to go to the other steps. We have to use some tools or services, then only we have to find out more data. There are two kind of things again here. One is um, manually we are going to do few things, and sometimes we are going to use a tool which is called nessus, 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 not nexus. Nexus is a different, that is called artifactor. This is nessus. You can call it as a tenable nessus. Okay, the tool is going to scan the application with the help of a domain name or an IP address. It is going to find out at least a basic level. Instead of you are going to search everything, it is going to showcase you at a basic level of details what kind of ports attached to that domain name, what kind of ports are in open state, what kind of ports in closed state, and what kind of operating system kind of details we are going to get. Okay, yeah, you can see there are some common tools, nmap, Recon NG, Shodan, Meltag. There are actually we are using Nmap because all the tools and services except this Google Docs or something, it is not suggestible. Even though if you have an enough knowledge to work on any kind of tool, the thing is, if you want to work under a company, the company is also following some kind of rules and regulations, right? So like each and every company in the market, like they have some security concerns over there. They are using some kind of tools because nmap and nessus and burp suite, those tools are certified by a security organizations outside. So that's why the companies are preferring that. Because if you want to use any other third party tools and services, maybe those tools or services also compromised. If the hacker is going to compromise those tools or services, what will happen? Maybe you'll get end up with another issue. So that's why we are focusing on um, the certified tools, okay, or the suggested tools, okay. So you don't need to learn two to three tools for each and every service. We need major tools like nmap, like nessus, kali linux, and burp suite, those kind of things. That is enough. Okay, there are some other tools also there ongoing. We are going to get to those. Okay, so reconnaissance, I said like scanning, identifying open ports and vulnerability, and gaining the access, exploit vulnerabilities to enter. Once you do the scan, it is showcase you some data based on your knowledge. Like once we get into that level, we are already having some knowledge. So if you find out some open ports or some kind of data, like what kind of operating system, like with the help of versions also, we already know for some particular version and some particular ports are, maybe there is a chance of getting some vulnerabilities. Due to those vulnerabilities, we can able to get the access. May get or may not be get. Maybe two things will happen. If we get an access, it is going to the maintaining access. We have to maintain the access for some time to do some kind of a penetration testings. Okay, if you gain the access unauthorizedly, you can gain the access and you maintain some time. You have to maintain that that access should be maintained for some time. And then once we done or once we run required pen testing things and all on the specific application, we are simply going to covering the tracks. Okay, actually we don't need to do this covering the tracks in our real time basis, because this is done by the black hat hackers most of the time. That is why I told you before, like digital footprinting, like removing the digital footprinting I told you in the previous and yesterday and previous classes. Okay, so the reconnaissance is nothing but we are going to make ready ourselves first before going to work on any kind of application. We have to gather the required things. We have to understand the application. We have to gather the things. Even though, let's assume the application is using react.js, okay, in recent times only, I think 2026 or 2025. Yeah.
Boss, here in the life cycle, once we gain the access, why we should maintain again the access for some time?
See,
Is there?
if you gain the access, okay, if you gain the access, then only you can able to run anything. What if you are going to lose your access? You have to again, you have to log in to that specific application, right?
Ah, okay, okay.
That is the
Hmm.
thing you have to maintain for some time till you completed your work. Simply
Like
you have to
like
work
login and
like a
log out. Huh?
yeah, you have to work like a black hat hacker buddy. Simply the thing is, you have to think like a black hat hacker. The thing is, maybe they act like see, sorry, maybe they are going to download some files, or maybe they are going to log the entire application from a root level, like using some malwares or something. Okay, so what kind of things they can able to do, we have to find out, right? That's why we need to maintain the access for some time. It should may need few hours or few days also, maybe you have to need it. Okay, what will happen if a hacker can able to get an unauthorized access, he is not directly going to do attack immediately. He is going to observe something. Okay, he's going to deep dig about the application data. Once he get into the application, he can able to do any kind of thing, right? Let's assume he's get into your laptop. You are a junior developer or something, maybe you have some level of accesses. He's going to find out um, like your credentials is definitely you can find out, like with the keystrokes while you're typing in your keyboard, the keystrokes also will noted inside the computer in the ground level. Okay, like in the deep level it is going to uh, stored at some point. So if he injected a malware, I'm not going to say he's going to inject only one malware. There are different kind of malwares over there, like a malicious softwares over there. Some kind of malwares can give you an access, and some kind of malwares can give you able to do some kind of thing. Okay, there are different kind of malwares over there. Maybe you need sometimes two or three malwares. That means for doing one work you have to, like for login purpose, for to gain the unauthorized access, you need to one kind of malware. If that malware works, you will gain the access. And to maintain the access also, sometimes you need to run the existed malware, or you need to run, or you need to again install some other malwares also. After that, maybe you have a limited level of access, you have to gain a higher like a super admin level access or something. Maybe you need to install or run some other kind of malwares also. Okay, so our point of view is what a hacker can able to do if he get an unauthorized access. The first point is there any vulnerabilities or not? If there are some vulnerabilities, if those vulnerabilities can give a chance to the particular hacker to do what kind of things he can able to do in that specific application. Okay, there are two kind of things will happen. One is a networking level, the other one is a web application level. Networking level means like it's a kind of server level or something. Let's assume your laptop, if someone get into your laptop, he is going to read and write and execute any kind of things what you're doing. Or else, if you are already installed some kind of application inside your laptop, maybe they don't have the credentials, maybe the computer login credentials and application login credentials are different. He have to wait for that, he have to find out those kind of access also, like until unless you have to, while you are going to log into that application, he is going to inject some kind of malwares. Those malwares can read or can store the keystrokes what you are giving. Based on the keystrokes, it is sending it to the particular hacker. He is going to try those things like your credentials. Once he got the same level of access as you have, he is going to attack that specific application also. Okay, that's why I'm saying it is a networking level and application level. Both are different actually, but once he got a networking level, maybe he have almost 19% chance to can able to get into that specific kind of application. Even though if you are an employer laptop, also you are having employer laptop, he's get into your laptop, he's injected something. Maybe the SOC team couldn't get the alarm, or the EDRs like endpoint detections are haven't find out those. He is going to sneak into the complete network of your company. So what kind of network your company laptops and the servers are mostly attached with the ground level networking things. He is going to sneak into each and every other like employees laptops or other servers and services. Okay, after that he is going to do multiple things. Okay,
If we gain the access, right, but there
yeah.
should be some specific time period na, to control
Excuse
that
me,
access.
Mr. Bathreddy. Hello. Could you please continue the class? The doubts is very less standard. Please continue the class.
It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, so you're saying maybe he need to maintain for some time, right? That is what I'm
Yes.
saying. They are going to, there are some kind of things over there. What is I'm saying? There are 50-50 chances every time while we are doing these kind of hacks and attacks and finding the vulnerabilities. Maybe they'll get caught, may not be he'll get caught. That's why I'm saying the basic level of security things are EDRs, firewalls, and some networking things over there. It is going to verify the person is legitimate or not. What if instead of he is using his credentials, he is just trying to access your computer? Once he get the access into your computer, maybe if the EDR which is installed by the SOC team of your company, okay, if that EDR is not detected that attack or something, uh, he is able to access your computer. It is you don't know about that. Actually, he won't run, he won't do anything. He's just observing and collecting the data behind. Once he got enough data, that means your username credentials as a employee, you can able to access the company's applications, right? He is going to use your credentials and do the attack. At that point of time also, maybe the people won't uh, uh, get caught because you're an employee. You need you every day you have some work, so you are going to work on some kind of to like services. You are going to work on some tickets or whatever it is. So even at that point of time also, he is not going to do, he is just going to verify it, okay, these credentials are working from their end or not. The hacker is going to test it from their end. Once it is got also succeeded, he is going to again wait for some time to gather much more information. The previous thing, the reconnaissance, we are going to gather a basic level of information to get to know about the application. We are going to do these kind of things. Once we got the access to those applications or access to those laptops or the assets which is connected to the company, he can able to do any kind of thing. There are multiple layers over there. He is going to cross multiple layers, but instead of crossing all this, simply is going to attack you, okay, that employee. Okay, that's why the companies are providing the security compliance. Whenever you are joined in any company, you have to must and shouldly complete that security compliance, right? The purpose of that security compliance is for that only. If you unintentionally click any malicious email which looks like exactly your company's HR email, okay, maybe a single letter word or a dot may be added, you couldn't read it properly. If you clicked it unintentionally, again you're end up, okay, the hacker can able to gain the access. That's why there are multiple things over there inside that. Once we are going to like each and every topic by topic, you are going to get more clarification. Okay, yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
we can
And
ask the doubts in middle of the session or at last, Saeed.
maybe you can
So
ask, but if you want to wait for some time, if you can remember that, you can wait
mm,
until the end also. I'll clear it. That's not a big deal.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. C. RCE, remote code execution. Okay, addressing the critical next.js. Next.js is a part of react.js. Okay, next.js is a part of react.js. You can able to see CVE 2025 here. Sorry, CVE 2025. That means that this is year. This is called severity. CVE means a severity. Okay, for each and every vulnerability, there is a severity over there. Even though this is also we are going to explore in the next classes. Okay, like how the severity work, like how we are going to give the severity. There are 10 points over there. If you got 10 points for that severity, it is the critical one. If you got 4 or 5 points, it's a low thing. If you got more than 5, like 6 or 7, maybe it is a um, what we say, we have to react for that. If it is crossed 8 or 9 points, it is a critical one. Okay, there are some kind of CV priorities also there. I'll let you know that also. So it is happened, it is detected by someone in the 2025 in the year end, I think in the December only, like within I'll think in the 40 days back only, someone got this kind of vulnerability. Okay, which is inside the next.js. The next.js is a part of react.js. Who are the like like any kind of company are using this kind of React.js and Next.js, there is a vulnerability that can give remote code execution. That means anyone can able to execute anything at any level in that application. Okay, so they are going to modify it. You can say if your app is running Next.js 15.3.0 with the app router and RSC, okay, RSC enabled, an attacker could send a specifically crafted HTTP request to your server, leading to full remote code execution without authentication. Okay, without authentication. So what they are going to do at this point of time? Okay, the React.js or Next.js, who are created these things, they have to act immediately. They have to modify their code. Okay, because these are using by the almost all each and every IT company in the world. So who are created these React.js or something, they are going to immediately patch those things and remove those bugs and modify those behind level code, and then they have to fix that bugs and vulnerabilities, and they have to release a new version. Maybe it should be a 16 point, like it is 15, right? Or it is going to 16, or maybe some other thing like a 15.8 or something, 15.4 or something like that. Okay, yeah. And also there are some defensive measures against reconnaissance. Okay, network monitoring for each and every company nowadays, they are using APM tools and some network monitoring tools. Both are different. APM tool are different, network monitoring tool are different. Let's assume there is a Splunk. Have you heard about Splunk is a network monitoring tool, and some other tools also there. They are going to monitoring the network. What they are going to monitoring? If the network monitoring tool it is attached to the application server, or it is injected to the application server, okay, they are continuously getting the logs, like what is happening in the network. Okay, everything should be created as a log and stored in that specific network monitoring tool. Or maybe the network monitoring, through the network monitoring tool, it is going to store it somewhere in the cloud or something. Maybe they are going to create some storage thing. Okay, one, it is going to rerouting through the network monitoring dashboards to that storage. So every time you can able to see those network monitorings, you can consider CPU, disk utilization, RAM utilization kind of things are you can consider as a network monitoring. Okay, so to continuously you are monitoring those kind of network, you can easily analyze those things, and also we can able to put the alerts if any suspicious network activities will came up. The monitoring tool will send you the notification, so immediately you'll get it. It will get it, you can able to take the action as recording as sorry, based on you're going to take the action. Okay, and also firewalls and access controls. Okay, gatekeepers that control network traffic and manage who has access to specific network resources. I think you guys already heard about DOS attack, like a denial of service. I told you, like if a server have some level of capacity, that means the server can able to accommodate a 1 million requests. Okay, if the hacker team or hacker is going to send multiple requests, actually a single computer can't send that much of requests. Maybe if the computer having higher level of configuration, maybe they can do that, or else a group of hackers can able to send those kind of requests. So once it came up, firewall is going to verify is that specific request is legitimate or not. Okay, it is coming from a single resource. Okay, those requests, if the multiple requests coming from a single computer or a single device or a single resource, it is going to block that simply. Because I told you it is having a 1 million capacity, like 1 million request. That means 1 million individual users only can able to send those requests. but the hackers can able to use trick those applications can able to send multiple requests from a single resource or a 3 or 4 or 10 individual resources also. Still it can able to detect it at the level of firewall. It is going to deny it. That's why DOS attacks are not happening nowadays. And also data encryption, I already told you, the data encryption is nothing but we're going to encrypting the plain text to the ciphertext. The best example is the HTTPS, like in the web traffic, the secure SSL, secure sockets layer is, there is a certificate called SSL or TLS. That certificate is attached to that domain name. So whatever it is transmitting through the domain name or request or response or whatever it is, it should be in a encrypted way. Okay, no middle person can able to interact or interfere inside that, cannot be able to read because it is in a encrypted ciphertext. They cannot be decoded it at the point of time. And also honeypots, there are decoy systems designed to attack attackers, diverting them from valuable assets while gathering intelligence. Okay, decoy systems. Okay, decoy systems means like we are going to chase the hackers also sometimes, because if a hacker trying to do the attack at the point of time with the help of honeypots, it looks like a actual resource. It looks like actual resource. Maybe the hacker is going to trick. They are going to try to hack these honeypots instead of hacking our actual application. So we are going to showcase some fake things. It's called as honeypots. So we are going to get the traffic from the hacker, we are going to catch them, and we are going to re-attack them. Okay, and also patch management. I told you we have to regularly update to fix vulnerabilities that attackers might discover during the reconnaissance. That means if you are going to search in the Google also, every time the applications are going to patch. Okay, or else they are going to bug fixes and features. The same thing. Okay, when it comes to the operating system, we call it as a patch. Even Linux or Windows, we are going to patch those servers or the specific operating system we are going to patch. Whether we are using Windows 11, the Windows 11 is going to patch every month or every 20 days, like that. It is going to uh, clear the bug fixes. So it's not going to, a attacker cannot going to use the repeated bugs. So the bugs are going to removed day by day. They are going to fixing and they are going to patching the servers. Because of that, we can't hacker cannot be able to access the or gain the unauthorized access. And security awareness, this is the thing the employee should get to know. First of all, you got any kind of message or any kind of email, you have to read it carefully from where it came. Okay, from where it came, you have to read it carefully, then only you have to get to know. And also you have to know what kind of things it is there. Let's assume you are having your teams or Slack inside your mobile, personal mobile, and your WhatsApp also in personal mobile. Some hacker sent you an image. Okay, you click that, maybe it looks like a um, like blurry or something. Once you clicked it, it is enabled and it is looks like a normal picture. Maybe they send you a message like also, do you know this man or something. It came from some unknown number. The thing is, the hacker sent you a malicious code through the image. It looks like an image, but beside that or behind that image, there is a malicious code there. Once you click that, it is automatically injected into your mobile or your computer. If you open it in a browser or app in a laptop also, it is going to inject it automatically. You don't know that actually. That is called steganography. Okay, so you have to be aware each and everything outside, because if you like even a normal employee, whether you are not related to cyber security also, you have to be aware of those cyber crimes and all. Okay, so this is reconnaissance and the defensive measures and all the thing. Yeah, now do you have any doubts?
Could you please explain again honeypots deeply?
Yeah, honeypots is nothing but like, see, decoy systems designed to attack attackers. Okay, that means we are going to, honeypots is nothing but like, it is going to kind of what we call in English, I'm not getting that word. it's kind of a
Something
prey. It's kind of prey.
dummy like
Yeah,
providing
dummy kind
something.
of things. Like instead of um, like if a malicious thing, like if a kind of DOS attack or if a kind of some kind of attacks over there, those kind of attacks will repeat or will happen. It is directly redirecting to those honeypots only. They can able to see those honeypots. Honeypots is nothing but it looks like a actual servers or some kind of thing only, but those are not actual servers. Okay, or some kind of database or something. There are much deeper subject over there, but most of the people are not using honeypots. This is a defensive measure of a reconnaissance. Okay, because if you are going to deep dig about these honeypots, the less companies are going to use this. Maybe top tech giants only going to use these honeypots, because the security is a very major concern to them. That's why they are continuously monitoring. If anyone can try to attack, they are going to find out their data. I'm not saying normal companies are not going to find out their data. They are also find out their data. Let's suppose if anyone trying to attack or trying to run any kind of pen test on a specific application, even the application also have like network monitoring. There is a APM, application metrics or application monitoring, APM tools also there. Those are collecting the logs of the application. That logs looks like who logged in, who logged out, who like if you are logged into the application, what you are doing, each and everything should be created as a log. You are logged into Flipkart application, your data is created as a log. After even each and every millisecond, they are going to create a log for each and every task and each and everything while you're clicking or writing or adding to the cart or whatever it is. Everything should be created as a log. Even the hacker is trying to pen test the application also, it is going to store it as a logs. At that point also they can able to get it. Okay, they can able to point out the logs and they are going to find out. There are different kind of logs: info logs, application logs, like error logs. There are different logs over there. Okay, our point of view is how we are going to gather the data. Okay, how we are going to gather the data. Okay, passive reconnaissance or active reconnaissance. Okay, any kind of reconnaissance, like how we are going to gather the data, whether you are doing manually finding the data or whether you are using any kind of tools like Nessus or any other third party tools, how you are going to find out the data about the application. Like, is there any major vulnerability things are outside, can able to access outside world, we have to find out the first thing. So in the first point, at the point of time, if we find a major kind of things or medium level of severity level vulnerabilities also, if we find in the reconnaissance level also, that is also biggest issue to the like organization or the application. Okay.
And then you said like web applications and applications, right? So what is the difference in between? Because
There
in
isn't a difference, buddy. The thing is, let me, yeah, show you. Usually we call an application, but sometimes it will come as a web application like that. Whatever it is, everything should go through the web only. Okay, let's assume you can consider it as a website. This is a Android or iOS app. Okay, this is for a Flipkart. Why I am giving these basic Flipkart or Netflix? Because you already know all these applications. Like these are very known applications. That's why I'm giving these kind of application examples only. Okay, whether you are going to purchase or you have to log into the Flipkart application, if it is in your mobile, maybe you don't need to log in again and again because of the cache behind that. The application, like a cache is attached to the database, it won't ask you again and again until unless you are going to log out only, then you have to log into that specific application. Okay, so if you are going to website, Even though nowadays we don't need to give the details again and again, because if your credentials are created by the email ID instead of mobile number, once you are logged into that browser with your mail ID, you don't need to ask it won't need to ask you again and again. But let's take it, you have to give your credentials at both points. What is the actual resource or the actual source to those things? Whether you are using website or web based application or Android, even if it is an Android also, it should be use the internet. Even if it is a website also, it should be use the internet. And the major source is the only one application. Maybe you are connecting in a different ways. Sorry. Okay. The source application is one only. The actual application is one. Maybe you are connecting it through the website, or you are connecting it through the application like app, mobile app, whether it is Android, iOS, it is this one only. The thing is, there are some other kind of vulnerabilities is there for Android and iOS that is comes under app level only, not the web level. Okay, that is application, like if a website creation code is different, application like app creation code is different. Okay, like it is using the actual resource of the major application, like the actual code is same, but for using as a website, it used a basic level of different kind of code. But when it comes to the mobile apps, it is going to use a different code, but until unless it is redirecting to the actual application. So whatever it is happening, it is happening through the internet only. Okay, it is happening through the internet only. The basic level of, or the basic to mid level of attacks is happening through the web based, or you can consider it through the internet based only. Okay, if you want to deep dig, you want to completely secure the application, you have to learn about the Android or iOS level application codes and all, like how these apps are working. Okay, we are focusing on how the websites or web traffic are working, and throughout the internet how the application is accessing. Okay, even we are going to focus on some level of these Android apps also, it should be covered, but we are not going to the deep dive of those Android or iOS based or mobile based applications. The one and only point is, whatever it is you are using, you are using in a mobile or a computer, or you are installed it as an app, or instead of installing you are using through the web browser, the traffic is same, the application is same, and the vulnerability is also same. Maybe the functionality created by the developers of those mobile based applications, maybe there is some kind of differences over there. Based on the application level vulnerabilities also, maybe the attackers can able to attack the application. Okay, but I'm not going to focusing on those, because whatever it is happening is based out of whether networking based or website based or API based. If you cross all three, then only you can able to go through the Android, iOS, or any kind of mobile based applications. Okay, have you got my point?
Uh, yeah, a little bit, because I mean, how to find these? I mean, vulnerabilities. Is there any tool to automate to scan everything like web
Yeah,
and
Nessus, I told you na.
Nessus?
Nessus,
Nessus is for networking scanning,
see,
right?
it
For
is
net.
going to scan both network and web based also, but especially you want to do the scan at networking level, you use an Nmap. This is a inbuilt service of Kali Linux. Nessus is a GUI based tool. You have to install, or instead of installing also, you have to use it through the browser also, we can do that. Instead of that, if you want to do at the complete networking level, like ports and all everything, like IP address level, or like I told you, like operating system level, you are going to use the Nmap. It is going to collect the data in a different manner, like the computer or a device is going to connecting to another device, what is happening inside that, or in between what is happening, what kind of things like ports, protocols, how it is functioning. Because for web based traffic there is a HTTP, and if you are consider like a Naukri kind of application, you have to upload your resume, you have to upload your picture, kind of things are there, right? That means you have to upload some data that should be stored as a files or folders. Maybe they are going to use FTP kind of ports and protocols. There are some kind of things, and also they are using for each and every application, whether it is a Flipkart or Netflix, whatever it is, they are using a database. For database also, you have to enable some kind of ports and protocols, like it is SQL or MySQL or kind of. Okay, so those kind of level, like a device to device, a digital level, it is going to track or gather some amount of. It is not going to give you 100% efficient data. We can't rely on any kind of application. Okay, but the thing is, it is going to reduce your work. Instead of you are going to find out each and everything, it is going
So,
to at some level of details, it is going to gather and showcase you. Based on that, you are going to deep dig more and more and gather some more information, and then you are going to do the attack on that specific application.
Nessus and NanWeb will decide what kind of vulnerabilities are there.
At some level only, not much, because we have to find out the vulnerabilities at a web application level with the help of burp suit. Sorry, that is what I'm telling. Maybe if they haven't done the pen testing or something, like it is a beginner level of applications or something, maybe you can able to find out some level of vulnerabilities at the level of nessus scanning or nmap scanning. Okay, but most of the cases you won't get it. Maybe there is a chances over there. Even though if you couldn't get, or if you get also, still you need to find out the top 10 or top 25 vulnerabilities, like OWASP. Okay, offensive security measures over there, like top 10 or top 25 over there. We have to go to find out all those, like xss or ssrf, csrf, like sql injection, remote code execution. I've showcased you, right, previously. Where it is, I've closed it. Maybe just a second. Yeah, this one, this remote code execution, rc, kind of like any kind of vulnerabilities is there or not, we have to find out. You know something, sometimes you have to focus and you have to find you have to check at least 100 plus vulnerabilities also. Okay, sometimes you have to verify 100 plus, like a 150, 170, 200 also. But the thing is, the major vulnerabilities are known as majorly 20 are there. There are child vulnerabilities also there inside. There are some kind of vulnerabilities for each and every vulnerability. There are different kind of vulnerabilities inside there. That's why for each and every, like 4 or 5 are there, we are going to find out like what kind of vulnerability it is. Let's assume there is a SQL injection vulnerability is there. In SQL injection also, there are different SQL injection vulnerabilities there, like error based SQL, blind SQL. Okay, like there are different. Okay, boolean based SQL. There are different kind of SQL injections also there. Okay, but the thing is, there are some tricks and cheat codes also there. Instead of you are going to run each and everything, you are going to run a few major vulnerabilities. Then you can able to get to know what kind of vulnerabilities are there, or what kind of basic level vulnerabilities are not there. You can able to get it. I'll showcase you.
Yeah,
Okay,
and one more thing, who is giving this CV number like 2025? Who's giving this? Like this is the patent of the CV.
CVE.
Who's deciding this number? Like 2025, it's a year, and after that,
This one you're asking. CV is nothing but like a common vulnerability, some kind of thing. There is a calculator also there. We are going to do that. Oh, it's not that one. I'm sorry. I've opened the wrong thing. Yeah, this one. There are some kind of organizations outside there. Like I told you, like vulnerabilities, when it comes to vulnerabilities, like OWASP and OSINT, like open source intelligence. They're kind of different security organizations over there. Okay, these are based out of a majority, like a certified organizations are going to give you these kind of details. It is, there is a calculator also there for CVE. We are going to find out like based on if you find out 4 or 5 or maybe 6 vulnerabilities inside an application or some kind of vulnerability inside an application, based on like even if it is a like SQL injection or something like blind SQL injection or something, based on that vulnerability they'll give you a CVE number actually, and CVE priority also there. Okay, low, medium, higher or critical, those kind of code they will give you. Their CVE stands for like a common vulnerability. Okay, so there are measure 10 points there. I already told you. Based on the vulnerability, they are going to give a specific score for that specific vulnerability. Based on that score only, you have to take the uh, action.
So, Sai, here you are going to showing the necessary downloading, installation, and doing work on that.
Yeah. Lab setup, I'm going to showcase you because we have to go through all the steps. Without lab setup, we can't do anything. We are going to download each and everything. Like first, we are going to install the VMware, like that. Based on the VMware, we are going to install Kali Linux inside that VMware, because most of the people are using whether Microsoft Windows or MacBook, right? So we have to use an
Yes.
operating system. We don't want to replace the existing one. That's why we are going to use a hypervisor.
Okay. And
Yeah.
one more thing. Actually, you showed the port number testing in the Windows shell before the starting time, class starting time. What is the script for that?
Uh, sorry. What was you asking? I'm not getting that.
The
I've
starting
shown
with
you
the
the
port
ping,
number,
right?
Google port number.
No,
Pin port
that's
number.
not port number. That's a IP address. What is the IP address of a Google? I've searched. It is showing a
Yeah.
generic one. I do the
Mm.
ping. Ping is nothing, but we are going to we are going to get to know that the specific server is in a active state or not. Okay,
It was the real one, or just like they are showing like a honeypot, like that
maybe
you said.
there are some real or some unreal also there. Usually
Yeah.
the companies will mask the IP addresses.
Yes. It's
Okay,
internet protocol ones they can't show, right?
yeah, they can't show.
Uh, how did you check that one? What is the script in that Windows shell?
There is no script. There are commands over there. Okay, don't be
Okay.
hurry, buddy. I'm going to showcase you all the things. Okay, we are going step by step. If I'm going to deviate some things, it is going to take more time, and it is going to make you more doubts. Okay, that's why
Okay,
I've
that's
started
fine.
with a
Continue.
basic level of things only. Like we have started with this basic level of what the company is following and what we have to do and what we have to follow. After that, what is the actual thing? So today we have seen this. Let me stop this screen. Today we have seen this reconnaissance, right? So tomorrow we are going to see how, sorry, not tomorrow, on Monday. So how as my computer is going to accessing like a Flipkart or even Instagram, whatever it is, through the web, even Google also, how it is connecting through that specific application or web application through the internet. Okay, how the data is transmitting. Let's assume um, IP address is the actual key point to connect establishment to each and yeah, please.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. You said we're going to discuss this on Monday, or
Yeah, buddy.
you were saying something. Do we have class tomorrow?
I think we don't have class tomorrow. I'm going to
Okay,
take the
tomorrow
class for
is
5 days
Friday,
only.
right?
Yeah. No, today is Friday, I think. Tomorrow is Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I understand you now.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
the
please.
second question is, you talked about the setup, right? Kali Linux, VM,
Yes.
and some
Yes.
of that.
Yes. I think you did
I've
that,
gone
right?
through. What?
I think you did that, right? You did the setup.
I don't recollect telling you, but I have, yes, I think I have done some setup
Mhm.
um based on some other stuff I was reading prior to
Okay.
this class.
It's
So
okay. Yeah.
when they were going through that, they were trying to do some pen test,
It
and
should take at least 10 days, I think, or 2 weeks, because
right.
we have to go to IP addresses, we have to go to
Mhm,
ports and protocols, and
mhm,
majorly we have to go to OSI and TCP IP model. Okay, the basic networking concepts, how the world is connecting, like how the data is transmitting, how we are using all these things throughout the internet. So there are major
mhm,
concepts over there. After we are covering all those, then we are going to the installation steps. Like first we are going to install those VMware and Kali Linux. Then we are going to install the Nessus also, and after we are going to run few commands, run few networking kind of things, like with the help of Nmap, the service inside the Kali Linux. It's a command based service. So with the help of Nmap commands, we are going to find out the information of the application DNS or IP addresses, like it is going to scan the network and all. After that, we are going to use the Nessus, the GUI tool, to scan the same thing. Maybe it is going to give some other extra data also. Even after that, we are going to install the burp suite. Okay, I'm going to showcase you how to install it inside the um, Kali Linux, like in the VMware, and also we can able to install it in your laptop directly also, because once we are going to install the burp suite, we are going to run the penetration testings. That means we are going to find out the vulnerabilities through that specific burp suite application. So you have to attach it with your web server or a browser, web browser, whether it is a Chrome or Firefox or whatever it is. And also the burp suite setup is a crucial part. I'm going to showcase you how to install it, because we need a professional burp suite. Okay, by default they'll give you a common burp suite version. It won't give you much more plugins. Okay, it won't give you much more features. Okay, we have to cheat that application. We have to manipulate the that specific keys and passwords and all. Then only we have to install it, and we'll get the professional that burp suite.
Yeah, but Bubsuit professional version is not open source, right? Was
Yeah, that's why I'm going to showcase you how we are going to do.
okay.
Our first thing is we are
right.
going to cheat the burp suite first. Yeah,
Okay. So,
please, please.
so a question is, in whatever I was, they were trying to do some, I think, password sniffing or something like that through the web,
Mhm.
and they went on to put their Wi-Fi card in monitor mode. So the Wi-Fi card that comes with most computers are
You are
just in
asking
default
about a
mode.
Mac and Mac and NIC, network interface card, you are saying, right?
Right, the network card, right? So it's like they would scan the networks, they would see the networks, and
Mhm.
then they would,
There are
I think,
things over
packets.
there we can able to manipulate the OTP. We can able to usually, if
Mhm,
anyone want to trace any, suppose you are doing hacking. If I want to trace you, I have to try to find out your IP address. Okay, if you
mhm,
are using VPN kind of stuff, or if you are using some kind of tools or services, we can able to continuously change the IP addresses. Okay, even for 3 seconds, 5 seconds also it would be changed. So in that short period, no one can able to catch your IP address. Maybe if I couldn't catch the IP address, I'd like to try to find out the MAC address. What you're saying, it is
Mhm.
a network interface card, also part of MAC, which is inbuilt of each and every device, whether it is a laptop or anything, right? So with the help of MAC, most of the device could be traced. There are some sniffing or some kind of tools over there and services over there. We can able to manipulate the MAC also. Okay, the MAC should be manipulated. They can't get the actual like MAC address. There are some kind of tools and services also there. There's some tricks also there. But the thing is, you you guys are I'm not criticizing you, I'm not saying it badly. The thing is, you guys, the hacking is very enthusiastic and you guys are more enthusiastic. Don't worry, everything which is related to the hacking tools, services which is used by the companies and the VAPT engineers, I'm going to cover each and everything. You don't need to worry about those things. Okay, it is going to a
Okay.
chain link process. That's why I'm giving you a clear picture. I don't want to take for each like if I don't want to take CA triad for 2 classes and this reconnaissance for 2 classes. That's why I'm taking more time to elaborately explaining each and everything related to the particular subject. I want to conclude it in a single class. Maybe if it is a very big subject or a big tool or a big service, I'm going to make it into a half part. I'm going to showcase the first part, and again the next class I'm going to showcase in the other part. So whatever you guys are asking, everything is going to reconnect like after each and every class. That's why I'm going to say it should take 10 working classes or maybe 2 weeks time. Each and every networking concept you have to understand. I'm going to explain you the OSI models and all the things in a deep dive manner, including IP address also, how the IP address is created, generated, and modified, or the CIDR ranges. Usually, we call the IP addresses called CIDR ranges, and the subnetting also there. Okay, how the subnetting work and how the computer or a device or a server can understand what is the exact IP address and who sent the actual request and what kind of response need to send to that specific IP address. Okay, in the binary level. Okay, after I explaining you that IP address in a binary level, you don't need to go back about to check about the IP address again and again. You'll get a clear picture. You'll get a complete clear picture. You can able to, if I ask you, okay, if there is a some subnet like 192.0.0.0/24, so how many IPs we will get? You can get it within seconds. In that level I'm going to explain you. You don't need any calculator, you don't need to search it in the internet.
Okay. Is there any use of generative AI in the security?
Generative AI, see, it's not a generative or any kind of AI. Usually there are some tools and services like AI chatbots also there for pen testing. Like the thing is, those agents, let's assume there is a chat gpt. Is there chat gpt also can give you some level of knowledge, but even though they'll give you some amount of thing like how you need to attack some kind of application, but it is going to check you before it directly won't give you. You have to use some cheat codes again there. You have to manipulate the chat gpt also, and also there is a pen test gpt also there, but that is a costly thing. You have to purchase it. The thing is, the tools nessus, nmap, or chat gpt, whatever it is, we are using to find out some device level to device level, from one tool to one tool, or one tool to some amount of tools to capturing the data. It is not 100% reliable. We have to verify it from by our own. Maybe they'll just reduce your time. Instead of your finding it should take a 3 hours or something, maybe it is going to showcase you that basic level of data within a 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. Even though After they giving the data also, you have to sit and you have to verify the given data is true positive or false positive. That means that is effective data or not, or accurate data or not. Again, you have to focus on the deep dive things and you have to gather data, even though vulnerabilities also. The chat gpt or pentest gpt can give you a basic level of vulnerabilities. Maybe they'll scan in a top, like a surface level only, but we have to deep dig into each and everything, because the companies are using multiple tools and services while they are giving the services to the customers and the clients. Let's assume Flipkart is having different kind of databases, different kind of clouds. Maybe they are using multi-cloud. Okay, for the disaster recovery purpose, they are going to use some disaster recovery regions and zones and the entire data setup in one other cloud. Okay, or else maybe they are going to using those clouds, because maybe AWS is giving enough service in India, but it's not giving enough service in Australia. Maybe Azure is giving enough service there. They are going to connect those clouds. They are going to expand that also. There are different kind of things there, and also they are going to integrate some third party tools, even though those are also corporate level tools. With the help of the tools also, maybe a attacker can able to sneak into that application. As I told you, like using a React JS having a vulnerability that is giving a remote code execution. That means I can sit here and I can able to get the remote access to the application, like who are using the React JS, like which are built on React JS and Next.js. So we have to find out each and everything. The artificial intelligence can't get that much level of intensity or that much level of strength to showcase you all. I can 100% I can say AI can't replace cybersecurity, especially VAPT engineers. Maybe they can replace SOC engineers, because the SOC engineers work are completely based out of monitoring. Okay, maybe it is going to taken care of the monitoring, but still no one can going to implement AI for the cyber security. That is also very biggest concern, because even AI bots also can able to need a cyber security person. Even chat gpt also need a VAPT engineers to test the vulnerabilities and all.
Yeah, companies not letting right now. I don't know in future.
Yeah, people are saying like, okay, we are
You said like
using chat.
Tenable and some other tools I saw. I mean, they are
Yeah, they,
auto scanning, and after finding CV, they are providing the solution as well, and they are doing auto fix from backend side, like patching or installing new bugs.
yeah, maybe there are some tools and services are there, but the thing is we have to work under the company's rules, regulations and policies. Our work is we have to find out the data, like the data is nothing but vulnerabilities and penetration testing report. Okay, we have to give like the mitigations, which is like solutions for those things. We can't say, and sorry, I'm not saying for each and every vulnerability we can able to give the mitigation. Okay, maybe those things are, let's assume it is in, I told you, I have showcased you earlier about the react.js. We don't know about the react.js because we are not developers, right? That is a deep dive level of thing. Who are became a hacker, who are having the exponential knowledge in those coding levels also, they can able to get that. But at infrastructure, networking and web based traffic level and API level, we are not going to that much deep, because we don't know about that coding functionalities, how it is working, because the company's applications have thousands of lines of code for each and every task and all. We can't read all those and we can't understand, and those we can't get that much level of knowledge on those. Okay, there are levels also there. Even when you are doing to going to the pen testing also, there are different kind of pen testing jobs also there. But the major is the companies especially looking for this basic networking, web and API based pen testers, because those are the major concern to each and every application. Because all other things like which is advanced, even cloud, because we don't need a cloud security engineer and that much level. For each and every company won't take that much cloud security engineers, because the cloud is also a secure thing, because the cloud is also having 10 plus layers of security. If anything passing through the cloud is already having some level of security that is mostly unbreachable security. So they don't have that much positions for cloud security. Maybe in foreign countries like US, European countries having the cloud security jobs, but at India we don't have that much level of jobs for those.
Sign last question. After this course, are we able to do any certification regarding cybersecurity?
I can say one thing: you can able to crack this CEH. That
CH,
CEH,
okay.
certified ethical hacker, you can do, but you have to go through those manuals, like what kind of structure they are using, what kind of things. The vulnerabilities and all same only. Okay, networking concepts, vulnerabilities, everything is same. Maybe you have to go through the manual, or you have to go to that read those things, like what kind of scenarios they'll give you. They are going to give boxes, man. Boxes is nothing but environments. You have to crack those boxes. That means you have to crack those or finding the actual vulnerabilities inside those um, boxes, are like environment, remote environments. Okay, there are two kind of certifications in CH. One is a theoretical, that is a multiple choice questionnaire, and the other one is a practical. So if anyone can able to do theoretical and practical, like one, if you do theoretical and if you want to do the practicals, if you do the both, you will be given certified like ethical hacker master or master in CEH. Okay, that is the best thing. If anyone want to get more weightage, they can try in that way. First go to the like theoretical exam. Maybe you can crash it easy, you can crack it easily. But if you want to focus on practical things, you have to practice few things, then you are going to crack that.
Sai, what about CISS or CISSA?
Sorry, CI.
Yes, yes.
Spay.
Okay, CISSP certification you're saying. Those are also certifications. CISS and OSCP, those are also certifications. There are multiple security organizations over there. They're giving different certifications, but major consideration is CEH and OSCP. But the thing is, maybe CEH you can able to crack it within 3 hours. The examination time is 3 hours. But if you want to go to OSCP, you have to attend a 24-hour exam. That's not a simple thing. Okay, even this course is also not enough to crack the OSCP, because OSCP could cost you 1,40,000 or 50,000 rupees in Indian rupees. Okay, I think one attempt only there, or maybe two attempts only there, and the exam should be 24 hours. And the same thing, they are going to give you five kind of boxes, or five remote environments. You have to crack at least four, I think, three or four maybe. Okay, even though that is also not a simple thing, you should prepare yourself at least 3 to 6 months for that OSCP, because OSCP is the top level certification. Okay, you don't need to go that. That's why I told you, if you want to go for a OSCP, instead of that, go for CH theoretical first and then go for a practical. Once you clear sorry, two like theoretical and both things, like theoretical and practical, you will be give the certification as a CH master. Even the master is also considered as equal to OSCP. Still, if you guys are enthusiastic, you have to prepare that OSCP also.
For CEH,
CH,
how much cost it will be? First,
CH, I think different like some maybe around 20 to 30K, below only, below 30K only it is.
it's $100,
I
I
think, but if you get it again for
Yeah,
expiration time, it will be there, right? For
yeah,
this.
expiration and offers also there. Like there are some institutes like EC Council. It is given by CEH, means EC Council is giving that. It is as international security organization. Okay, that is valid in all the countries. So there are some institutes also there in all the cities. I think you can able to go there and write write the exam. Maybe sometimes some institutes, like recognized institutes, which is run by EC Council, they'll give you some what it is that offers also there, like discounts also there. Even in online also, you can able to get the discounts. Maybe it is not that much cost. Let me check. Yeah, I think Nishant, you verified it, right? It is $100.
Yeah, I saw somewhere. Let me check again.
Okay, CH, cost of CH. CH certification in India. Oh, buddy, they increased the cost actually. It is not decreased. It is showcasing like 45,000 or something. Maybe include recorded lecture. Okay, they'll give you some recorded lectures also there inside that. Okay, yeah. If let's verify it in their portal. Oh, it is asking the login. Okay, I think we can get the offers. If you go to the like certified institutions which is run or tie up with the EC Council, maybe you'll get an offer. So maybe they'll charge for 30K, I think. That is including what it is, training classes or examination preparation or something. It is also there. Okay, have you guys joined into this Google Classroom and WhatsApp
So
channel?
you have given the link, but nothing is there inside that was.
Oh, then just a
So
second.
Maybe we need to pay the fee. That's why we can see.
Maybe that is also
After
one point.
paying fees only, we can see.
This one only, yeah. I've pasted it. Yeah, maybe because
because
I'm uploading the documents, related notes, and everything over there. You can refer those also. That's why maybe they're asking the fee. Yeah. Okay.
and one more question. So are you going to cover this open source code scanning also, right? Like static application security testing,
Yeah, static and dynamic, both things we are going to focus,
both.
but not each and everything we are going to focus, because your guys are learning at a beginning level, right?
Hmm.
The level you are going to achieve, like at least you can put 3 years of experience. Okay, if you have a more potential, you can put 4 years of experience. Based on these training sessions, you can crack the interview. Let's assume you have a 10 years of experience, you want to switch the company. You can say, in the previous company I worked as a pen tester or a VAPT engineer. Like last 3 years only I'm working in a specific company, or one or two companies are working as like this. So you can crack the interview and get that. If you are going more than 4 years or something, they are going to ask you these like major certifications, OSCP certifications, or else they are going to ask you like I'm not getting it at this time. Like a source code reviews. Like source code reviews are too deep actually. Not everyone can able to do the source code review. That's why I'm saying, like, you need to understand the code sometimes. That means a vulnerability found in a specific page of an application, whether it is a login page or any other page, you have to go to the source code of that application and you have to find out where exactly it is triggering. Usually you don't need to do all these things. That work is taken care by the developers only. Your work is you have to showcase the issues or the vulnerabilities or the bugs, and you have to, if you have that much knowledge, or if you have that kind of, if you know the mitigations, are you have to give it, or else they are going to verify it. They are going to taken care about those things.
No, but in interviews, right? They're expecting like so if they are giving any manual code,
Huh.
like any JS file or Java file or any other programming language file. So
Mhm.
they used to give, and they're asking us to identify the vulnerabilities just by seeing that code, that piece
No,
of
no, no,
code.
no. VAPT engineers won't do that. They won't ask you
Okay.
that. They are giving you some test websites, or else they are going
Mhm.
to. Most of the people, they don't give their company websites, because If anything happen, that will impact the application and customers, and also they'll ask to, hey, go to test PHP website or web website or some kind of websites. Okay, they please try to find out. I'm going to give you 5 minutes time. Try to find out how many vulnerabilities are inside there. You have to find out at least 5 to 6, because those test websites already having at least 10 plus vulnerabilities. But you don't need to showcase all the things, because you don't get much time. You have to find out the basic things, and you have to write down each and everything, and you have to explain, okay, what kind of vulnerability it is, and how you find out, and what is the mitigation for this kind of questions you will get.
But the type of vulnerabilities will get differentiated, right? Both it SAST and DAST.
Yeah.
So we cannot penetrate it, those vulnerabilities. Suppose if we get some hard-coded credentials, right, in code, so that we
Uh-huh.
cannot just by seeing that one, so it is a vulnerability, and we can just let the developer know this is the hard-coded credentials that
I got your point, but they don't ask you that much deep level for
No,
the experience
actually,
of. Yeah.
the thing why I'm asking here is I'm just going to put the 5+ years of experience in
Okay,
cybersecurity,
okay.
including
Then
SaaS.
I'll take 1 or 2 classes for those specific things for the SAST and DAS and deep dive things. If you need a 3, 4
Yeah,
class,
yeah, yeah.
I'll take. That's
Yeah,
not.
it is very helpful. It is
That,
very
that
helpful.
the
Yeah,
thing is, I'm not. I don't want to
that's
give
right.
each and everything, because it will make you confused, because you don't need to do each and everything, because there are senior members also there, right? In the VAPT team, there are junior, senior, and at least 3 to 4 senior members should be there in every MNC. Okay, or else at least 2 members are also there. Okay, and also the CISO, the chief security officer, also there. Whatever you are going to do, it is the reports are going to the CISO is going to verify it. He's the um, actual person who is taking control of the security teams. Okay, he's going to verify it first. Okay, if anything needed to modify or something, he'll suggest you. You have to do this modifications and all. Again, you have to send it, and he is going to send it to the directors or the actual architects. They're going to take a look at that. Okay, if you find a major vulnerability, maybe no one find till uh, you find that, sometimes you'll be get praised, and you are going to get into that board members in call also. You have to, they'll ask you maybe like, how you find this. They are going to check your capabilities also. Okay, you find like this way, they are going to tell it to the other people also. You have to focus on those kind of things also. Yeah, the one and only thing I can say, you don't get much calls every day. That means they won't schedule 2 to 3 calls every day. Maybe one call also not scheduled every day. Like, they don't ask for a status reports or reports like every day. They don't ask most of the companies, because they'll give you a certain time. They'll give you an application based on the application capacity, based on the previous security report, like audit report. They'll give you some time, whether it is a 3 days, 4 days, sometimes they'll give you a week. After the, maybe in the middle, 1 or 2 meetings will happen. You have to give the details, what you are doing, how much you gathered, and what at which point you are. Okay, you have to showcase.
Yeah, please take 2 to 3 sessions at last once it is getting completed. Boss.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me stop the recording.